I want to bring in Waleed Phares. He's Fox News' national security analyst. Waleed, I'm not sure how much you heard of General Keane, but the issues here, of course, is this sort of buffer zone that Turkey has said they've wanted all the time. The situation with keeping ISIS, these ISIS fighters that we have under lock and key, securing oil, maybe a residual force there, and a safe zone for the Kurds. Is all of that possible? Do you think we can hear all of that in just about 4 or 5 minutes?
I think I agree with the general. President may be talking about one aspect, which is the sanctions and maybe deploying few units. That is not the entire big picture. Probably the administration will make that call later. What's happening right now is that there is a safe zone, which is in fact a security zone of control for the Turks and their allies, and the Russians and the Assad regime are trying to coexist with that. Why was that possible? Because the Kurds, our allies, or the SDF, if you want to call them, have accepted to lose, to withdraw, and then to move to other areas. The problem here, the first one, as the general has said, is the population. 500,000 Kurds, Christians, Arabs have moved away from that border zone, and that is going to be a humanitarian issue. And that is something we need to look at. The problem is that we decided to quit Syria. So anything we're going to do in Syria now is going to be very timely, going to be very short in time, because the decision was made basically to quit Syria.
And it feels like they're trying to, put it back together somehow. It's really remarkable that such a small force was the linchpin, if you could, for so many things to unravel at the same time. Yeah. But how confident are you? Because it feels like things have gotten somewhat better. The ceasefire, to a degree, is holding, and it seems like all sides are talking in a way that makes it more hopeful.
Ceasefire is holding because our allies have accepted not to resist the advance of the Turks. Let's be very clear for the audience to understand. But now we have a second problem, which is ISIS detainees being released. Those detention centers are in the hands of the Kurds. The Kurds are moving, are fleeing. So we need to talk to the Kurds and convince them to make sure to transfer those detainees to the Turks. It's not going to be an easy thing. And also we had a very small force, but what kept the peace was our flag. The fact that no regional power would dare attacking even one American soldier. Now we made the statements that we're going to be outside the area, which means it's going to open the appetite of regional forces, including Turkey, including Iran.
The criticism that this is going to spark the revival of ISIS, is that somewhat hyperbolic? That this event alone will somehow reconstitute the years of success in damaging ISIS and their effort at a caliphate? It's
not really abstract. It's really math on the ground. We were successful in actually destroying the caliphate, the Territorial Caliphate. That's not going to come back again because there are too many forces, too many armies who will stop ISIS from creating what was there. But what is now going to be increasing the risk are the prisoners, the detainees by ISIS. I mean, they're going to be fleeing. Some will be captured by Iraq, by Syria, by Turkey. Some we will try to capture, but there will be hundreds, maybe more, who will be loose, and those will be a risk. That's the risk of our decision to change our policy in Syria. There are always risks.
All right, Waleed, it's always great hearing from you. It is interesting that you say at least Turkey and Iran both share and wanting to capture these ISIS fighters, even though some will make it through. Thank you very much, sir. Always a pleasure to talk to you.